chair squeaks. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Jose's in the building. We in the building, man. We in the building. What's going on? How's everyone doing? You already know it's Tuesday all over again, man. It's Tuesday all over again, man. And we're here breaking it down for you, all for you. Untied Laces is here, man. Hey, I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone's filled with love today. And not only today, I hope not only today. What's going on? What's going on? Not only today, but every single day we are filled with love, man. Filled with love. Man, that man been on my mind, boy. Listen, hey, I got so much going on. It's a great thing, though. I'm happy for that, and it's all good. It's all good. How's everyone doing? Wipe your feet on the rug. It's filled with love. It's all love. Hey, we love y'all, man. We love y'all. I want to let y'all know that you are loved, man. Everyone out there, you're loved, man. Don't ever think you ain't loved, man. You're one person. You're special. There's only one you. So all day long, you're loved, man. You're loved out there. So just want y'all to know that, dude. That's every single day. So bring it out. One time, shout out to Untied Laces. Shout out to Pack Supermarket. Shout out to BB Tax Connection. Doing your taxes spotless and clean. Show some love on that end because they're showing love to you. It's a one-stop shop in this office right here. But we got the taxes being done properly and educating you at the same time. I want to give a shout out to my hosts, my co-host, my brilliant, wonderful co-host, Miss Land. Got all type of degrees in sports, man. You ain't even know, huh? Got a major in sports international. Hey, got minors in sports degrees. Been all around sports and work with Miami Dolphins right now. So Miss Landon, shout out to her, my co-host. Shout out to my other co-host, man. My other awesome co-host. It's the Prince. Y'all already know, man. Athlete, born athlete, huh? Born athlete, just a monster, man. Been there, done that. Went to college and did all his thing in the football world, but athlete is a born athlete, man. And we want to shout out to that co-host, my awesome co-host. It's the Prince 305. Follow him, like him. Don't miss out on anything he got going on because he got so much going on as well. Like and subscribe, Miss Land as well. She got so much going on. You don't want to miss out on that. Never, ever, ever. So, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? I know everyone tuned in on Sunday. I mean, the TV stations was expecting it to be record breaking, right? So they was expecting it to be record breaking. I mean, hey, only thing I was saying was like, man, thank goodness. Well, not really, but yeah, but thank goodness it wasn't bought out by ESPN and the whole world can watch. Because remember, some people ain't got cable, and some people in other continents and other countries don't have access to cable as well, right? So, I was glad that it was one of those events that were on regular TV. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad about that. So let's see, Miss Landa. Let's see if she can check in or not, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm messing up on her. iPhone 2. I don't know it. I ain't know they still had that, but that was she. I don't know. The phone's still messing up on her iPhone 2. You got to upgrade on that, man. I don't know what you doing with that. How you?
Checked in.
How you? She got make sure it's good. Make sure it's good. How you doing?
I'm good. But my phone.
I ain't know you was home, man. I'm like, man, I just want you to make home safe.
I told him don't worry about my phone. I'll have to take it tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it off tomorrow. So
don't say drop it. Don't say drop it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it with them tomorrow so they can kind of see what's wrong with it because it's been acting up. So. But I heard it was like a T-Mobile issue, something like that. I guess a lot of people had, like all my calls were dropping. I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi, any of that. So I don't know. But I'll take care of it tomorrow. So I was like, I didn't want to be late today. So I told him I'll bring it back tomorrow. So I take care of it.
Okay. I thought like what some buttons like the zero button wasn't working for you or something like that.
Man, if your phone still got buttons, man, that phone's from like 1991.
You ain't trip.
That thing from 1991.
Oh man, right.
Yep.
How was your day, man? You looking good, man. How's your day?
It was good. Today was good. I actually had an easy, breezy day today, to be honest. I didn't work hard today at all. So today was
It was
not. It
like
wasn't
Monday
that
then.
bad. No, Mondays be busy. Mondays because I have a lot of meetings, reporting, and stuff like that to do on Mondays. But today it was smooth sailing today.
Okay.
So
Cool.
had some people in the loops to get situated for work. So they were all doing their like OJEs and stuff like that. So then once they were done, I just had to process the rest of the paperwork. So now I'm just in the process with them, moving them forward.
Okay. 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 How's mom doing? Mom.
She good. She in the room. She just got here not too long ago too. So we supposed to work out later on. So I know she hoping that we stay on till like 9 o'clock so we'll work out.
No. Yeah.
She
Okay.
She
Okay.
she she ain't gonna get her wish today because I wasn't home all day today. My phone at 18%, so hopefully it don't cut off on us. I'll try to put it on the charger though.
Okay. 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 Cool. 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 What's going on? Hey, you already know Sunday the whole world was watching.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I mean, hey, I think both teams came out ready. I know it felt good. Like I seen both of them came out ready. Kansas City came out hitting from the gate. I think Eagles had the first possession, so Kansas City came out hitting from the gate. Eagles scored so very quickly. It's amazing. They said it was the first time that either team trailed. You know, one of them had the trail, so that was the first time one of them ended up trailing. But Eagles snap back real quick. So right off the bat, man, we kind of knew it was going to be a high offense powered game. So and I believe both of them had the best defensive pass protection as well. So it was just one of those games where it was fortunate that when you look at both teams, you're like, yeah, both of these teams deserve to be here, no question about it. And it's going to be a great game. You know, some Super Bowls are like, okay, a team slid in there. You know, they slid like Cinderella slid in there. Probably wasn't the best team in the league or best teams in the league, but they found their way in there. But these teams here were definitely deserved to be there.
For sure. I would say it probably was one of the best Super Bowls I had watched in a really long time. So it was good to see. Both equally yoked teams on both ends of the field. So offensive, defensive, special teams, like the whole 9 yard. Now it was a good game. But we blew a prime opportunity though, and I don't even blame it on that last call.
Who's we? Who we talking about?
The Eagles. I ain't gonna.
Right.
Everybody know that's my team, so I'm saying we blew.
Okay.
We blew a prime opportunity though. But if any doubters were out there concerning Jalen Hurts, I hope they stop talking because that man came out there and he had a better game than Mahomes. Just period, all around.
No doubt. Stats and everything.
Stats, just everything. The way he controlled the game, the way he looked so poised, you would have thought that he had played in many Super Bowls before. So his future is bright, whether he stays with the Eagles forever or if he goes somewhere else. You will see him in the Super Bowl again. If he has a good squad that's around him and he stays healthy and everybody around him stays healthy and they protect him in the pocket, he'll be back in the Super Bowl again.
Most importantly, he'll be back in the Super Bowls in the Eagles jersey too, because he done submitted his legacy and right there. I mean, come and think of it too now. Explain to me this, right? Because I seen Jalen Hurts throw a couple long balls, which was awesome. People want to see that. But then you have Mahomes. Mahomes got Kelsey, right? So Kelsey not going that far, so he's not going that far as going out there to catch the ball as far as yards. So what happens if Kelsey is gone? Can Mahomes throw the ball to receivers? Can he throw it down the field?
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely has an arm. He can sling it. He can sling it and
because he was slinging it to Hill anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, he can definitely sling that. He can definitely sling that rock. So I don't think that's a question at all. I do think that without Kelsey, because him and Kelsey have a really good connection. A lot of the times before Kelsey is even out of his break, Mahomes is already releasing the ball. So they have very good chemistry. They know where each other is, where they need to be. So the offense in that sense runs very well. And Kelsey is one of the best tight end, if not the best tight end that has played that position, and especially in the playoffs. doesn't matter. You can't stop him. And I mean, the Eagles did a pretty good job because if you look at the stats, I mean, what he had about 6 catches, I'm going to say 80 something yards, I believe. So
he didn't have more than AJ nor Devontae.
No, Devontae. I know Devontae had 6 catches for 100 yards.
Right. AJ had 96 yards.
Correct. So those two boys balled out. But I think when a lot of people ask me and like what happened, I do believe it's coaching. Like Andy Reid is a mastermind at what he does, and I have never seen anybody this season been able to pick apart the defense. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the Eagles let up. No, they played their style of football. Like when they go up with a big lead, they don't come out just slinging the rock. They come out and they do what they do, and they hold the ball, they run the clock. It's time of possession for them because they know like the way for you to beat Mahomes is for him to be sitting on the sideline, or for any team for that matter, because the Eagles have shown, like, people were like, oh, once the Eagles went down, they weren't even going to be able to come back and score. No, Jalen Hurts, he put that helmet on, he went under center, and he said, okay, I'm going to show you guys what I can do, right? They said he couldn't throw the long ball. Oh, I sure enough see him complete a couple of passes. He did it to A.J. Brown in double coverage.
They dropped.
Hey, what was his Pascal dropped one that he should have caught.
Yeah, right.
And also Watkins also had dropped the pass that he should have caught as well. So, like I said, when we go back and look at it, the first half it was beautiful. Andy Reid had no answer to what we were doing, and when the second half came out, I don't think the special teams definitely let us down, because I think without that return going all the way back, damn near into the end zone,
that was my favorite play of the whole game, man.
Yeah, with that right there, I think you had to make Mahomes go down the field, right? That eats up time off the clock. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't have scored. Maybe they would have. Maybe they wouldn't have. But you literally allowed him to score 14 points within a 3-minute span, and you can't allow that. Right. And so now we're playing from behind. So now we're also playing from behind, and that's not our style. So it goes to show you, like, they're a very versatile team. They were able to score right away. You know, he went down there. We tried to eat up as much clock as possible. We ate up as much clock as possible. We went down, we scored, 2-point conversion, got it. It's 35-35 is all. And
that was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. And I just, like I said, was the call, right? Was it the right call? If you want to call that, then yes. But I just feel like it was such a ticky-tack flag that if you're going to call it immediately. Don't wait till the whole team is pointing like, hey, he did it, and then to throw the flag. Or
Which one?
If you was going one? The last one. The very last on Bradbury.
Which one? You talking about like a false start or something?
No, it was the holding.
Oh, the holding. Yeah. No, hey. Land, no doubt. That was a horrible call. Top five, you can call discussions or top 5 problems, top 5 anything that is in the discussion, that is inside of the discussion. Horrible call. First of all, we can't see what you see, ref. We don't. Where the hell was the holding? Second of all, the ball was uncatchable anyway. You see what I'm saying? So that shouldn't have been called. It was in an open field. That was a horrible call. That was a horrible call. Now, the refs did great all game long. Even though I felt, that's my opinion though, even though I felt, I think it was the tight end that caught the ball, the Eagles who caught the ball like right here.
Yeah,
I felt like he only had 1 foot in when he had possession, but they got him a catch. So what I'm saying is the refs called a great call until the end. Like, ref, come on, man. Is you being paid? Is you playing for the casino? Do you got a ticket in your back pocket? That was a bad call, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, it really changed the trajectory of the game. And I would have loved to see. Let's put our money where our mouth was, right? Okay, you say you're the best. I would have loved to see Jalen Hurts at least have an opportunity, because at that point they would have had to kick the field goal. So okay, cool, yeah, they would have scored. It would have been about 1:40 left on the clock. Let's see what goes down. And then if they beat us, then hey, I'm okay with that. But it shouldn't have gotten to that point. And like I said, I
what did that make it? Land half of this to the goal, or what did that make it? What did happen?
No, what happened is that gave them an automatic first down. They ran the clock down until it was about 8 seconds left, and then at that point, by the time we got the ball, 5 seconds left. There's not much you can do from there.
Right.
So that's what it was. Because at that point we had about a minute 40, so it was 3rd and 8. So then it would have been 4th down. So now 4th down, they would have had, unless it would have been a gutsy call, right? Which I don't think they would have done that. So let's just run that through. So they had 2 options. Okay, so you run it on 4th down. So maybe they would go for it on 4th down. Don't know, but the chances of that happening, likely, I would say that they would have just kicked the field goal, go up 3, and then allow their defense to do the rest, and try to hold Jalen Hurts and the Eagles from scoring. So that was 3rd and 8. Call that first down. Yeah, 5-yard penalty, something like that. And then, of course, they get the first down, and then they run out the clock. Boom, there you go, end of the game. I would have liked to see Jalen Hurts have an opportunity to show what he did all night. Besides that one mistake that he did have, which was that fumble. No, he played a remarkable game. Like, for to be 24 years old, to be poised the way that he was poised, to orchestrate that offense the way that he did, to pick apart the defense like he did as well. It was a beautiful thing to see. Our defensive line also failed us because they couldn't pressure anything at all. I know a lot of players didn't necessarily say that was the reason why they lost the game at all, but both players on both sides were slipping and sliding all over that field, left and right. And Arizona is one of the few stadiums that don't play on like turf. They play on a artificial type grass or something like that they grow, and they paid $800,000 for this grass just for the Super Bowl. It was there. They imported it about 4 weeks before. But I know in the beginning of the season there were a lot of teams that had complaints about the playing conditions there, and we all saw it with our own eyes, from Jake Elliott almost twisting his ankle, from I forgot who scored for the Chiefs. I forgot who scored for the Chiefs, but once he was trying to do his little dance, he was slipping and sliding. There was just all night long on both sides of the ball, those players were slipping on, especially where the painted, because I've seen it before, during the games. It's a process to have that paint dry. They have huge fans that's going all day blowing them. They have how when you field cropping, and it has that machine that kind of plant all the seeds at one time, and then kind of kick up the dirt. Okay, so there's a machine like that, but it's full of lights to help dry that field in time for
what they drive through with it? They drive through it or something?
It's on wheels, but it's 50 or 60 of them, and they just lay across the grass to help dry the grass a little bit faster. So that was the one thing I did notice, that where they had the Super Bowl 57 logo, and in the middle of the field is where players on both sides were just slipping and sliding when they were trying to come out of their breaks. I saw players were switching their cleats left and right too. So but overall, like I said, it was a good game. It was a good game on Sunday. So
it was good. One thing I noticed too, that the Eagles always going forward. I feel like
you're not gonna stop them. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, it doesn't matter. They play all 4 downs. You're not gonna stop them.
What I'm thinking is they might reinvent something though, lad. Fourth down is for punting or field goal. That's
not for the Eagles. Not for the Eagles, and not when your quarterback can easily bench press and squat.
600 pounds. No.
Yeah, you ain't having that. And he was doing that. He was doing that in high school. Yeah, he was doing before he got to college. He was.
No, hold up. You think?
Yeah, I saw a clip just recently of him in high school. He used to be a power lifter in high school.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they showed
do 600 in college though.
Yeah, he used to what you call those people? The ones is it called powerlifting?
Yeah,
Is that the sport? Is that what they call, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw a clip of him in high school. He was doing it in high school. He was on the powerlifting team in high school.
But you seen Tulane where they try to tackle him in the open field.
What's up? What's up? Boom, 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 kicking down the door. Yeah,
what's good?
What's up, y'all?
What's good?
What's good, y'all? You know, I gotta join in.
We just chopping it up. Those shoelace tackles. Let me tell you something. Because it wasn't a shoelace. He got him right under his knee and everything. Those kind of tackles will bring a normal quarterback down. Just that one-handed, tapping of the leg like that. But they grabbed his leg and he just kept running. That was that play he had that long 26, 24 yarder. But yeah, he's strong down there.
When it comes to Jalen, in that game, he just showed you pure grit and determination. Nothing was going to stop him from trying to get to that ultimate goal. And he played like that. Like I said, he had an amazing game all the way around. He was breaking records. Like if you had to pick a true MVP of the game, all around stats, what he did for the team, he was the MVP. Like he did what he did.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Mahomes is a magician. I cannot say anything less of the man. He is great. He did his thing. But for Jalen Hurts to be in his first Super Bowl, 24 years old, man, you would have. I honestly, he was so poised. I thought he had been there before.
No, performance-wise, he did better than everyone on the field. Performance-wise, Jalen Hurts did, no doubt, and more entertaining than anybody as well. I think.
Yeah.
Now he did an awesome job, man. Just being a first time for that to be his first time on that big stage. Well, you know what? I take it back because that's not the first time on the big stage. He's been there before. We talk about college. We talk about
he been
very electrifying in college, and not only in the NFL. I guess certain things happen, and they probably, Alabama made decisions to move him around, like I said in the last podcast. But he's always been electrifying. He's always been a quarterback that everybody loved to watch, and I know I did, and I wasn't going for Alabama. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what he did was nothing less than what I expected. I told you, fit the ball out. It's gonna be a defensive game, high scoring game, but it's gonna come down to the defense. But I also, special team. I think special team played a big part at the end.
Isn't that what we did? You must have heard me talking because that's exactly what I said. I said special team is what let us down, man.
Yeah.
And coaching, we got out coached and we couldn't adjust because they had literally back to back touchdowns where it was nobody in sight. Like the scheme of what they had going. It was back-to-back plays. It happened on the right-hand side, and then they came back with the exact same play on the left-hand side.
Yeah, different personnel.
Man.
I think different personnel. Yeah. I think it's more of, that's a tough play to cover. And the reason why I say that is if you're playing man, because that's what they're playing. Obviously, if a guy running across and the other guys follow him, they're playing man, right? Opposed to saying, hey, if he goes inside, you take him, and I'm keeping this guy on the outside, so I'm not playing, man. You get what I'm saying? We kind of swapping out. But just being afraid of being beat across the field is what what the Eagles was overplaying. So with them overplaying, being beat across the field, they're scared of the flat that's going to come out on the other end and get an easy touchdown that way. They were overplaying it because if you see where the wide receiver is at, and where the DB is them there in the middle with the linebackers. You get what I'm saying? Trying not to get beat across, and it's just a pivot play, a pivot out, easy touchdown every time. Mm-hmm. And it happened both times with Juju and was it Juju? But it happened both times. No, Tony. So it happened with him. That was easy touchdown. That's all. Those plays right there, a pivot play, a route. If you get the right wide receivers to run them routes, those are touchdowns every time. Mm-hmm. Touchdowns every time, But it was a tough game, man. I liked it. It was close. There wasn't a blowout. At the end, certain calls were made, and I'm not making up no excuses, but I think the flag was late. It was too late for me. If it was an early flag, then I agree with it. But it was such a late flag that what was going on. And then when you had to go back and watch the play early on to see what happened.
Not only that too, a lot of people, the referee wasn't even looking. He was stunned, and the reason he looking around, he's like, wait, Mahomes saying something happened. Yeah, I guess it was. I'm like, bro, and nobody even saw the flag. Everybody was celebrating like, oh yeah, third and out, third and out. And they're like, wait, hold up. Even the cast was like, wait, hold up, we got a flag. Wait, what was it? Huh?
I know they missed that flag on Kansas City one time where the DB was holding the man's shirt in midfield while the receiver was running with his arm extended, holding the man's shirt, and they didn't call it. They didn't call that one.
That was on Quez Watkins. Like I said, I could call a couple of them that didn't get called, and I mean that one was wide open. Like
I've never seen nothing like that before.
Those are like human errors, you know what I'm saying? But once again, are you picking and choosing when you finna make the call? You get what I'm saying? So
exactly.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. When you have humans calling the play, that's what's going to happen. You know.
But you know what? Let me say this, right? Okay. And please, I need your opinion. As when you in the locker room and y'all discussing, you the Eagles, and we discussing what happened. I believe all the players are seeing where they went wrong at, right? And so if they having a conversation with another teammate, they're saying, man, I should have made this tackle, or man, I messed up. I think that's the first thing running to their minds. Second is how they're coming to the finalization, like, as a team, we lost as a team. And then third, I think if they're looking at any other thing, it'll be that penalty. What I'm saying is that the penalty in that locker room is the least thing on their mind. They thinking about first themselves, second that the team lost as a team, and then third, if they're looking at anything they might come across, they might look at that penalty and say, man, that penalty, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that the penalty to the players at the time when the locker room is not on their minds. What y'all think?
It's on their mind.
It's on their mind. I think that's the biggest thing on their mind.
You like, damn, man, that wasn't no call, man. They cheated us, boy. We should have got that ball back with a
if I could think about as for me, right, if I could think about a play in high school to this day that I could go back and think about this play, and I get mad every time I think about the play. Hey, man, I know them boys think about that flag. Like, man, why, you know, that's just human. That just within you lost, but then you also looking at like that was a bogus call. You get what I'm saying? That's just being human. You're gonna get emotional about it, but I won't sit here and say it's not on their mind. Oh yeah, it's on their mind. They thinking about it. They going to sleep and they seeing yellow flags and they trying to pick it up off the ground. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they thinking about it. And you know, I take my hats off to them because everybody's admitting to what they have done. If those are true statements that I was seeing, that they were saying that you know, they should have did this and they should have did that, and they are not making up any excuses. Shout out to them. But I know they're thinking about that flag. That flag played a big role, and it's something that I know that laying in that bed the night next to their wives or girlfriends or whatever, or at the club, they're thinking about the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. You got to think. You definitely. And my thing is, there's a couple of things with that, right? So, if you want to call that holding, okay, cool. All right. Did he tug on the jersey a tad bit? Yes. But did it stop the trajectory of that route? Nah. And then also too,
that's true.
That ball was already he threw that ball out of the end zone, so that ball was not catchable in the first place. Majority of the time, they don't even call that. Like when it's just a regular game, they don't call that. So like on the biggest stage, which is the Super Bowl, let them boys go out there and play. Y'all haven't, and I have no complaints of the officiating up until that point, right? It's just like, let those boys play. It had been either other way, even if it wasn't my team per se. Like I would have said the same thing, bro. Let them boys play. Let that come all the way down to the very end versus you giving that and then they running out the clock. But I would have loved to see, because the truth would have been told right there. That golden boy status would have been, if Jalen Hurts would have came back and scored, that golden boy status right there, that would have been a no. That would have been, you ain't what you say you is. But
because
it's a dope. Like I said, it's great game. Overall.
All the way around.
Because I know the sense is saying that, hey, you know, don't let the referees be a part of the game, but I don't think that's usable in the Super Bowl, because in the Super Bowl you have the best teams in the league, so everybody's playing their heart out. So, you know, by you saying, okay, blow them out, keep your foot on their neck, you're talking about the best teams in the league. So this team is not garbage, and this team is not garbage. If they come back, they just came back. They found loopholes in the defense, whatever the case may be, special teams, whatever the case may be. So it just happened to come back like that. So if there's a close game,
but the thing about it though, everybody was acting like the Eagles was up by like 45 and we lost. It was about 10. It was a 10-point game. Is what I'm saying. It was a 10-point game against a prolific scoring team, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. At the end of the day, they can put up points. It's just as well as the Eagles can put up points. Like literally one. If you come out of halftime and you score, you're down by 3, down by 7. So it wasn't like they were down by like 40 points and they came back, or 28 points. Like previous games they were down by 20. It was a 10-point game. And it's anybody's game at that point. But I can say that, like I said, Andy Reid is a magician. He came back in the second half. He made adjustments, and those adjustments what won them the game. And I also say, like I said, on the defensive end, we didn't do our job to adjust. We just didn't, because we didn't stop them. They came down the field 3 straight times and scored, and we couldn't stop them. Special teams, let us down. And the one area that I had always said from the beginning that we could not have done was turn that ball over. And we did that. Like Jalen Hurts did that. So
but he did
I'm
it
not
early,
here to say.
But he did it early, though.
Whether it was early or not, but the thing is, it was 7 points that the offense, the problem with that was the offense was stagnant in the first half. So those are points that was scored without Mahomes being on the field. And that's the bad part, right? Because we know when he's on the field, he's going to score.
What about field goal that went bong?
No. But that ain't nothing. But what I'm saying is, when Mahomes is on the field, we know that he can score, and we know that he can score fast, right? So we know that he can be out. He could be on the 1-yard line, and he could get 99 yards in 2.2 seconds. Is what I'm saying.
And every time they mention the time that Mahomes was on the sideline and the time that the Eagles had the ball, go look at the time difference. It's big time difference.
But that's how we play our game. And that's why a lot of people were so shocked that Andy Reid selected to get the ball, to give us the ball first, because once we get a lead, that's what we do. So everybody was like, oh, the Eagles stopped playing. No, they didn't play. Then that means you don't. And that's why I say I hate people that only watch the Super Bowl and they don't watch teams like throughout the season. Because if you watched us throughout the season, you would see that that's what the Eagles did from day 1 till game 18. That's what we did. Once we get a lead, it was a wrap. We was running the ball. It was time of possession. We controlled the time, and that's what we did in the game. What happened in the second half is that when Mahomes did get on the field, literally in 4 minutes, they already scored 21 damn points. Special teams didn't do anything to stop them
get
from
the ball
going.
Back, punt the ball, boom, punt return, put them in a great field position again.
So what can you do? So, and that's why I say there's a lot of things, but like I said, that 7 points on defense without Mahomes being on the field hurts you at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to be on the field to score that. Y'all didn't have to make him work to score that, to get those 7 points. So that's why I said that even if it happened early, it could have happened. It could have happened on the very first play. Doesn't matter. At the end of the game, it still comes back to hurt you down the line, right? So imagine now that score wouldn't have been 35-35 at that time. You would have still been up had you not turned that ball over. And yes, he overcame that. He came back the very next play. He said, you know what? He went to his O-line. He said, you know what, guys, my bad. But what happens is, the play already. So what happened to that is a domino effect, right? Because had we converted on 1, which we should have, everybody already knew it was coming. They lined up. Mulatto, then boom. It was a false start, 5 yards back. Now it's 3rd and 6 at the time. So now Jalen Hurts like, oh, damn, we got to get this. We got to get close enough, because you already know they're going on it. It doesn't matter. 4th down, Jalen Hurts with his legs, we going to go and get it. Yeah. And then, listen, what the stats is what? 35 and 38.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It was something crazy. I think it was a crazy stat. I think it was like 35, 37. That was a crazy stat.
You're not stopping him on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It doesn't matter. They're going to go for it all the time. And then when they thought that Jalen Hurts couldn't throw it, he said, oh, okay, 3rd and 16, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15. Oh, okay, let me show you.
Now he did his thing. But I think the number one, here's another thing that hurted the Eagles. The run game wasn't that effective. Outside of Jalen Hurts actually moving, the run game was not effective. Every time.
What I meant to ask, I forgot. Damn, I forgot. Damn, what's his Miles Sanders? Like, because I know he had went out after that hit. He went into the blue tent, and then it kind of was just like nada.
You talking about for the Chiefs?
No.
Okay, for Eagles, for the Eagles.
Yeah.
But
after when he got hit, like soon as he caught it, they thought it was a
that was a big hit right there too. Yeah, that was a big hit.
But I mean that too, it was definitely it was definitely that. But yeah, I mean they did use damn, why am I drawing a Gainwell? Gainwell, he did all right, but yeah, the running game wasn't there.
The running game was not there for the Eagles, and I think that right there also is like it hurts them too. It hurts them too because you gotta. I think to me, if the running game is working for the Eagles, then you got Jalen Hurts back there, and then you got his arm. I mean, man balled out. It just, at the end of the day, certain things just didn't fall in place.
We got out-coached. That's what it is. In the second half, we just got out-coached. We just didn't make the correct adjustments that we needed to make in the second half. It wasn't offense because offense was clicking on all cylinders. Even with the run game not being there, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They had no answer. They had no answer for Dallas. They had no answer for AJ. No answer for either for that four right there. They were doing their thing.
They were doing their thing.
They had no answer.
I would not take nothing away from them people. Everybody did I don't care from that drop pass, that damn drop pass. But outside of that, I think
from who? Which one you talking about?
Who was it? That was what wide receiver was that, man? That dropped that pass, man.
Pascal, and then it was
It was man. He put the ball right in his hands, man. He just dropped it at about the end zone, man.
I'm gonna tell you.
It was one of them guys. I forgot his name, man.
It was one where the receiver was wide. There's a second one where he was
open, man, and freaking drops the pass, man. You know, but
and I just forgot
at the end of the day, like it's just certain things. The game, the way the game was played, I was looking at how the Eagles were playing. And I kept saying, this is going to be a defensive game. Like, whoever get the most stops or whoever gets the most stops, special team. Game over.
And it was no stopping at all. And, I mean, and hopefully the NFL have learned, which I know they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about these player safeties like they say they do. But this isn't the first Super Bowl that I have watched. The excessive painting on the field is a problem. I've seen it in multiple games, not even just like big
games. It's a problem like on a certain turf, though. It's a problem on certain turf.
Not even on the turf, because like I said, I've seen it multiple times, even at Dolphin Stadium. Because when we have the quick turnarounds and they have to paint those fields and so when it was last season was the 50th of the perfect season, right?
Right.
So the
Miami Dolphins. Say the name, Miami Dolphins.
Say it right with your chest. Say it with your chest. say it like you say Jalen Hurts. Say it with your chest.
Come on, man.
So when they painted when they went and painted the field. So it's a process to dry that. Like that paint, it doesn't it's not like when you just spray one coat. It's a whole can of that goes into those logos, into those special things on the field. And just seeing those players on both sides slipping and sliding every which way, man, it was tough. And I saw the groundskeeping crew, like after the performance, how they were trying to patch up so much of the ditches, because also when you put out that heavy machinery, so the stages and all of that, it leaves indentations on the field. So when you saw all those guys out there with the buckets, what they're picking up is patches of the grass, and they're trying to patch up the ditches and the holes that the cleats make, that the rollout of all that the machinery that they put out there. So it's a big process, and then it's a 30-minute thing that they have to put all that together. I've seen it so much because Hard Rock Stadium is such a dual stadium, and they do concerts. And now, right now, they're getting ready for the Miami Open, and then right after Miami Open is Formula One. So I get an opportunity to see how that affects the players out there, and players around the league have complained about that, like these multi-use stadiums, that the field conditions aren't that great.
Yeah, I know Minnesota got that turf where they wear tennis shoes on that.
Yeah, because they're that indoor stadium too. So
right. But hold on, I want to take a turn since we talking, we talked about a Super Bowl of great length. But what I want to bring to you, I want to hear you guys' opinion. Listen, that fourth down, man, they done changed the game. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Listen, fourth down is for punting, it's for punting, and it is for field goals. But they done changed the game and said, listen, fourth down is a part of the downs that we're gonna play on. You know what I'm saying?
If you got Jalen Hurts, why not?
It's a whole different.
You get
about a whole different
at a 3. So the mentality is that we got 4 downs of playing this game, 4 downs of football. I mean, that they might change the whole game. But they might change the whole game. They might have changed something now.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think
capable of doing that.
Yeah, I think it just it was amazing to watch. So you watch another team do it, and that was great. But every team know one thing they can't do is not make the right decision for their team, right? Whatever another team does, that's their decision. But for your team, I think you should always make the right decision. Not every team could go for it on fourth down. Not every team could have a guy like Jalen Hurts that gonna make you get the first down. And you could tell that they practice that play every time, because every time they do it, they get it. So, which means this is something that they have worked on. They know their quarterback ability. They know his strengths. They know he's going to get a yard.
They know they O-line, though. They know
they know that.
Line. They know Kelsey. They know John. They know them boys is going to make sure that it get done. I think all season they were stopped 4 times. I think that was the stat. 4 times they have been stopped when they went for it on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. That
right.
You just have to have the right personnel. You have to have the right quarterback. You're not stopping that. And listen, they tried to go underneath. They tried to go over the top, and they still did not. He was dragging them boys for that 1 yard, 2 yards, and you just couldn't stop him. Hell, listen, on that 2-point conversion, they had him stopped. Jalen Hurts was determined to get up in that end zone. They were not stopping him. They were not stopping him.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't think not every team is capable of doing that. Not every quarterback is mobile enough, strong enough,
let me tell you something,
and confident enough to do that too.
I'm gonna say this: if they didn't respect Jalen Hurts before,
they better now.
They better respect him now, and I can guarantee that next year, football season, that they're gonna be they might be preparing for Jalen Hurts. You know how sometimes a quarterback can have a great year, and then the next year everybody's ready for him. They might just be preparing like, hey, when we play this guy, we cannot play our A game on defense. We cannot just, allow him to run around and do whatever he wants to our defense and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be a big thing that comes up next year. But, man, that man ball out. He's a stud. He's a stud.
Yeah, everyone know this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk some numbers, though. Halftime show, 118.7 million people viewed. It's the second most behind Katy Perry that had 121 million people view. Big time. She got paid $0 by $0 just so in exchange she can promote her brand, which was it was a fatty what was it?
Fenty.
No,
It was
Fenty.
Okay, so let's not get it twisted. Let's not, at the end of the day, we always gotta remember, people ain't come to watch the halftime show. You had 113 million people already tuning in strictly for the football game, right? So let's keep that number in our mind.
Most definitely.
So what happened is whoever the other couple millions that was just here to watch Rihanna is added on top of that. So let's not make it. What I don't want people to do is they put them numbers and try to say, hey, more people viewed Rihanna in the halftime, but people was there for the Super Bowl. Let's not get, we don't get this thing twisted at all. People is there for the Super Bowl, 113, and probably the other 7 million that likes Rihanna, like the things that she do, came on to watch what Rihanna does. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Most that's a good point though, Prince, because so most of them came for that epic game. That was watching for that epic game, the Eagles versus
because
the
I see, because if you telling me, if people want to compare numbers like that, right? The one thing that I see, if you said 0 people were watching the Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden when Rihanna comes on, 100 million. Now I'd be like, boy, Rihanna Rihanna crazy. She breaking crazy numbers. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Let's look at the reality. It's the Super Bowl. People are here to watch the Super Bowl.
However, also, I may be wrong when I say this too, but many people turned on their TV when she's on too, because a lot of people don't watch the Super Bowl at all, Prince.
That's what I'm saying. Listen to it. Hold on now. You had 113 million people already tuned in for the Super Bowl.
Plus 63,000 already in the state.
Right. So now, if the other 7 came in, or the other 6 came in when Rihanna went off, shout out to that. Right. When Rihanna went off, if it went back to 113, the NFL brought that in, bro, not Rihanna. Yeah, I'm just being, I'm looking at the logical aspect and not with the fantasy that people was playing around. Oh, it's 100. Look the views. Man, the Super Bowl brought 113 people already there. That's the reason why artists want to be in front of that audience to be able to perform their music, because they know the impact it's going to have on their careers, their products, and everything, because we know that the world is tuned in to watch this one game right here. This one game, so it's a game changer for an artist to perform at the Super Bowl. That's why artists do it. They know that. But I just don't want the world to make up like, oh, look, the Super Bowl, people barely, man, stop playing, man. People are there for the Super Bowl, man. Nobody like.
And that's worldwide, though. That's not even you got so many fans worldwide. They were showing the time clock and the time difference. There were people up. So if it was 6 o'clock where we were, 6:30 Eastern time, it was midnight in Europe, and people were in those bars watching that game. It's one of the biggest games. Biggest stages. So people were out there watching the game, man. Yeah.
How did she do?
It's Rihanna.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but I told y'all that. I told y'all.
I said it too.
Didn't I say that? I said, once again, I'm not here to. I don't want to compare artists, because this is a whole. But when we talk about entertainment, hey man, shout out to the flying everywhere in the stadium. Shout out to the platform moving around and stuff like that. But hey man,
for the heights, man, and a lot of people afraid to be in front of people in public, singing, dancing, whatever. Plus she up there way high. Plus, you can say she's pregnant too. So shout out to her for all those factors, and she did it.
Yeah, shout out to that. But man, like I said last podcast, man, she ain't no Beyonce, man. I hate to say it. Listen.
Everybody know that.
And it's cool, because I already knew what Rihanna is going to bring, and Rihanna is going to bring what Rihanna brings, and that's exactly what she did right there. That's what she, that's Rihanna. So I didn't expect nothing different. I don't know if the world wanted like Rihanna to hit like real fancy dance moves or something like that, but Rihanna has never hit real fancy dance moves.
Right.
So
Not at all.
That's never been part of her artistry. So how can you, I see people are upset. Some people, that was a dead show. I don't like it, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's like, Rihanna gave you exactly what she does. You get what I'm saying? That's, if you never watched her, then you don't know. But if you have watched any show that you ever came across, that's Rihanna.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the Super Bowl, people want to see not necessarily you dancing, but they want to be wild. Like, oh my God, look at the formations that the dancers did, or how the platform was set up for the last Super Bowl, right? And how they had you know how they had 50 Cent come down from one of his old music videos, and how they had Eminem, and it was just the whole setup was different.
Right.
I'm like, even the Weeknd isn't a big what you would say like super entertainer,
Right.
but he had all the glass and he had all of this, and he sounded horrible, to be honest. Like, it was probably one of the worst performances that I had seen. But I guess people wanted to see more of that, like something different than just the dancers just kind of dancing. Like,
Right.
I don't know, they want,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like something like that.
Right.
You know,
So,
hey, man, you know, and once again, you know, shout out to her being pregnant. We love it. Hey, shout out to all that good stuff. But hey, man, you know, one thing about it, man, you step on that stage, boy, you gotta show off, man. You gotta show off. And I get the platform moving. I get all the movement. The setup was awesome. The set was awesome. You know, all that, you know, things moving around, and you know, Rihanna gave you exactly what she's been giving you all these years, and that's Rihanna. So I don't know if everybody expected anything different from what she gave during halftime, but I think, like, to me, she gave you exactly what she always been giving, and that's that. Like, you know, to everybody to compare her to Beyonce, leave that
no,
alone.
you can't do that. You
cannot
like,
compare
that's
Rihanna to Beyonce. Don't
like,
do it. You know, leave it alone. Leave Rihanna where she's at. She's in her own lane, and
for sure,
she's
Beyonce's in
comfortable
her
there. You
lane,
get what I'm saying? She's
and
very
it works
comfortable.
for her. It works for
Yes.
her. She's a billionaire, right? So it works for her.
She got the song selection. That's
Oh no, it was dope.
And listen, the song selection is off the chain. I mean, I was in there rocking when she came out. Beat better have my money. I was like,
Yeah. Nah, it was dope. It was dope. Song selection was off the chain. I liked it. I liked it.
it was amazing. I mean, Rihanna gonna do what Rihanna do.
I actually got a list from 2010. So 2010, you had Black Eyed Peas. 2011, you had Madonna. You had Madonna. After that, you had Beyonce. Then after Beyonce, 2013, you had Bruno Mars. After Bruno Mars
was good, though.
Bruno Mars was good.
Right?
Bruno Mars was good.
The Bruno, you had Katy Perry. Katy Perry was in the. She had the monster. She had the monster in the air. All that.
Yeah. Katy Perry did it.
The dynasty.
Yeah, she
all that.
Yeah. She was doing all that. I think, was she doing the flying?
Yeah, she was up there. 15, you had Coldplay, and after that, you had Lady Gaga. 2017, you had Justin Timberlake. Was that was Janet Jackson?
I don't remember. It was it
Justin Timberlake.
I don't know.
All right,
when they had the whole titty pop out.
Yeah, keep going. Let me see. What else you got? Keep going.
Then after that, 2018, you had Maroon 5. Then you had 2019, you had J-Lo and Shakira.
That was trash.
Yeah. Then you had 2020. That's when you had Weeknd. And then last year you had Snoop, Dre, Mary J,
I actually
Lamar,
liked that one a lot.
Eminem.
That was one of my favorite ones right there too. I like that.
That was
and then last but not least, you had Rihanna. So they mixed it up. They got pop, they got all this, they got white, they got black. They might put a little white in there next year because they had about three consecutive blacks, but I don't know, man. But I'm telling you, they like to mix it up in there. So
I think, man.
Aerosmith in there or something. I don't know.
I think shoot, man. Go back to Beyonce, man. Hey, I don't know. Let you go back. Why not throw Chris Breezy in there? I think Chris Brown will pull one hell of a show.
If he do that, you might as well just shut it down. Nobody else would ever be able to go after.
Like, I think if Chris Brown goes up, but the one thing I think that's holding Chris Brown back is always the Rihanna thing. They're gonna keep holding Chris Brown back because they keep bringing that up, and they're not giving him an opportunity. Even for what show was that? I think it was the Oscar or something. One of them things. He was supposed to perform, and they end up canceling his performance, and I think that was a bad move. Let that man. Why cannot
Michael Jackson?
Why can't black people get a listen? Why can't black people get a second chance? Why do when a black person make a mistake, they shutting us down every angle? They try to shut us down. And a white person, I don't want to throw no race cars in it, but the white people could do something and they could just forgive them and give them more opportunities and say, look, they have forgiven him. So allow them to just grow. It's like they make up all the excuses for that person. But when it comes to a black artist that made a mistake, it's like, let's cancel him. You know,
You ain't got the
so
answer, Sway. You ain't got all the answers.
that's what I'm just saying.
No, bro,
Let
real.
that man do his thing.
We might go deep in this, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell the kids too, Prince. I'm trying to tell them, listen, y'all ain't going, y'all is no guarantee y'all gonna have second and third chances, man. And y'all gotta know what y'all up against, man. Y'all, that's why y'all gotta excel, because y'all up against so much. You're black, you're young, they not giving you second chances.
Yeah.
You know, hey, put your hands where I can see them, beat you down, guns in your face, all this, man.
It's just, it's just one thing. Once again, I think there's enough money out there. You gotta, man, look at all these athletes, man. They are giving millions to a lot of athletes, man. You know, and the fact that none of them have yet to say, let's power up, let's come together and create our own platforms and create our own things. You trying to tell me these guys do not have access to those type of resources to be able to build their own platforms, to really start launching their own apps, to really start coming together and building their own Black Wall Street? Are you telling me there's not enough money out there for these guys to do that? It's just the mentality ain't there, man. It's like, it's the me mentality, and it's that a few people really want to come together, because ain't no way we can have, look, you got millionaires, have billionaires, you got people with money, and they still haven't figured a way for them to work together to build something that we own. We could say that's ours right there. That when they say we're gonna cancel him, we like, nah, ain't no canceling over here. Not for that.
I also say
You
this
know
too.
what I'm saying?
I'll add a piece to that too. Every time we do own something, the big dogs come and buy it out, and we sell right away. So that's
I
a
mean,
problem
you know,
too.
I know that's part of I know that's business, but you know, there's some things, man, we gotta start holding on to, man, because at the end of the day, man, that's what's gonna give us some, you know what I'm saying, some nuts out here, man. We ain't got no nuts out here. So of course, if the music industry say you're done, bro, we don't own no record labels like that. We don't own the big companies that's putting out this music or whatever the case may be. Even though now today is the internet is driven by the internet, but we still don't own those companies for us to be able to operate with our own and really be able to stand on our own 2 feet to put out whatever we want. I know we're not canceling that artist because we are in position, but we are not in position like that. It looks great. I mean, it's good to have the big chains and everything like that. It looks great, but not having ownership and being able to operate and really put your foot down and know that what you stand for, can't nobody destroy it, can't nobody move it, man. Hey, that's next level. Next level.
Yeah.
Next level.
Like I said too, whenever we do get in the position of owning anything, the big conglomerates always come in and buy us out, right? Or they strong arm you into being like, okay, so you want to play that game? I'm bigger, I'm badder, I'm stronger, I got more supporters, I got more money than you, and then boom, it's like you're both fighting for airtime, but you'll never get that airtime because they went and bought that company and that company and that company. So it's such an uphill battle, man, for everything that we want to do. It's just it's so unfortunate that we just can't be what we do, and that's be great. You know what I mean? Without another culture being upset that we have figured it out to do what it is that we want to do, right? I'll like go down a quick little rabbit hole real quick. Is right, like, so every time a Black hair product company and we're excelling at what we do best, we get bought out. But then when we get bought out, what they end up doing is they end up changing the ingredients that the people that were supporting it from the beginning, we can't even support it no more because you guys don't change the ingredients. But you couldn't tap into that market. So now, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the shelves with products that I know you can't outdo. I know you don't have the power to produce these things as quickly as I can. And then I'm gonna squeeze your market until I can't squeeze you no more, until I buy you out. So, you know, and it sucks. And then, you know who else had who had a really good conversation about that? Kevin Hart. He had a podcast about that, and he was saying like, why is it that all male rap groups or bands
or R&B groups break
up? And he was like, it's because of money, it's because of our ego, right? So I'm making 500 million, you making 400 million. I'm like, yo, why you doing 400 million when I'm singing all the hooks? Why you? And so it's always an ego thing. It's you know, you can't be just proud of your boy because he's making more money. No, we're all eating, whether I'm making more, you're not making more, and it's all an ego thing. And I listen to that a lot because you know, me and my friends, we always tell each other, man, listen, man, I love you. I'm rooting for you. I have no ill intent. I have no ill will against what you have going on. I have no ulterior motives to why I'm supporting you or anything like that. And that's something that I pray about. Like, hey, I want to make sure that my heart is always in the best place, that I'm always happy for my friends, that I'm always loving my friends, that I'm always, you know, that my ego doesn't get into the way of, you know, why I'm supporting them. And, you know, you got to fight that in the spirit for sure. And you have to talk about that, you know, pray about that. Like, man, I pray that spirit of like that greed and my ego does not come against me and doesn't break what I have going on with my friend. Like, if my friend makes 50 million and I'm making 45 million, I should still be happy for what my friend is doing if that's my friend and we're both eating together, whether it's 5 million more or 5 million less, whatever the case may be. Not wanting to break up the group, go and do my own thing, and then you know, hey, listen, at the end of the day, look, I'm better than you. I told you I can go out there and get it, because, you know, we all know that it is more power in the forces than it is in one single being. So,
Yeah. Yes,
but,
you know,
but
that's some things that we got to figure out, man, because I'm talking about, man, some of the best groups, some of the groups that I love, you know, are breaking up or have broken up due to money or ego issues. I mean,
it's
being
usually money.
being on the same page, and we're gonna go back to emotional intelligence, right? Because that's some things that we lack. We allow people to play on our emotions. You know, you might be doing your thing, or your friend might be doing their thing, but you allow the wrong party into your circle. They're gonna start trying to point out things. Hey, look, why he doing that? He's trying to outshine you or doing this. I'm telling you, I have experienced that. I had a great movement.
I'm pretty sure.
Great, you know, great movements, things that we had going on, and you know, and the reason why, once again, people are starting to display jealousy, envy, and stuff like that, and that becomes dangerous. So at the end of the day, we got to figure it out. But there's enough money. Hey, black people, I want to announce there's enough money for all of us to eat. Trust me, if you become a billionaire today, it's not going to stop me from becoming a billionaire tomorrow. Allow everybody to eat. Is enough money. There is enough money. It's not running out. That's what people got to realize. It's not running out. It's okay to share. You can share your resources. It's okay to put your partner on. It's okay. Like, stop thinking money is running out, that if your homeboy get on first, that there's no money left in the world for you. So that's where I think people start to get jealous and start envying each other and start trying to destroy something before it gets there. It just, that part right there, we think it is money, this and that. It's just, it's terrible.
And you know,
but also, you also got to remember,
yeah,
a lot of these people, if you think about it, a lot of people are growing up in households that don't have, they don't know what support look like. They never felt it. You understand me? So they have never seen people support them until they got to a certain level. So sometimes it's hard for somebody to turn around and support another person, even when it's free. You know, Facebook, Instagram, reposting, giving shout out, those are free. You see your homeboy, if he doing music and you got more followers, hey, take his music and post up and be like, man, check my dog out. It is free. Like, these things are free. And sometimes what you'll see is, compare like black YouTubers to white YouTubers. Man, them white YouTubers, yo, they're on each other platform. They're helping each other. They building each other. They don't care, bro. But when you look at some of the black YouTubers, that ain't happening. They ain't trying to cross path or nothing. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to look into that, man. It's just, we got to tighten up, man. It's enough money in this world for everybody to eat, man. We don't got to backstab. We ain't got to do none of that. All we got to do is continue to say, good job. Hey, check my dog clothing line out. Hey, check land clothes. Hey, look, Jeff Investments, check that out. You get what I'm saying? And these are the things people are afraid to do, like it's about to take money out of their bank account if they do that. I just don't get it. But, man, I love my team. 100, man. I'm supporting my team. Anybody that I'm down with, man, I support 100%.
But that's my, my biggest saying has always been, there's an abundance of whatever it is that you want in life, yep. Right? So what you put out is what you get. And I always tell people that, like, it is my sole purpose to make sure that everybody around me eats, right? So if I know something, I'm gonna put you on. And I tell people that all the time, like, and I say, I am a firm believer that what is for me will be for me, right? So if I am out here applying for a job, but I feel you are better suited for that job because it fits your personality, it fits your purpose, it fits whatever it is, I will send it to you. We both can apply. We might have a position for both of us, right? Or maybe they have a position.
Man, listen, boy. Hey, Larry, you speaking that fire and knock my dog glasses off his face.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
He watching me too. He watching hard. No, but really. Hey, y'all said some real heavy stuff though.
No, but I tell people that all the time. There's an abundance of everything. There's an abundance of wealth, and like I said, like we have this saying, and it bothers me so much, man. Hey, don't go around telling people your dreams and wishes. And to a certain extent, yes. I'm not saying everything is not meant for everybody to see, because sometimes it's you might have a dream and it might come to you while you're sleeping, and it's meant for you to go out there and do it. Because yes, there are people around you that will try to deter you. But what I mean by that is, like, you never know who's in the room and who has the knowledge, the power, the platform, the outlet to assist you in where you need to be. And if you continue saying, oh, I'm not going to talk to nobody, I can't trust nobody. And I tell people, there are more people in this world willing to do good than there are to do bad. But it's because we publicize evil so much, because that's what clicks, is we feel that everybody is out to get us and everybody is against us. But I feel like there is more love and there is more people that are out here willing to help you than it is to harm you in the long run, right? Are you going to run across people that's going to do you wrong? Yes, of course, because we're humans, right? But don't let that deter you from going out there, from networking with people, talking to people, sharing certain ideas, brainstorming with people, because it just may be that aha moment and be like, whoop, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's meant for you. And you said something else earlier too, and I'll piggyback off of that. We have to know that the household that we grew up in, they were doing the best that they could do at that time. It's no longer an excuse to say, I don't know what support looks like. I don't know what love looks like, because the internet is right at our fingertips, right? We know what support look like. We know what love looks like. If you don't have that in your life, then you need to go and seek therapy. If you have something from your past that's holding you, and we have to stop saying, well, it's how I was raised, this how I'm supposed to be. No, you know right from wrong, right? Because if you want to raise your kids in a different light, then you know right from wrong. So then you have to go and undo those traumas, those childhood traumas. Go and seek therapy, go and seek help, so you can then go out and be a better person, and be a better person for yourself, for the people that's around you. And like I said, it's just that we're so ego driven a lot of the times. It's like, I want to be better than you. And a lot of times, so you got I was just watching this real sad story the other day, Jeff. I meant to send it to you the other day, where these two dudes, and I believe it was in the Alabama area, they were both top-notch high school football recruits, right? Have been best friends since they were in elementary school. And sometimes we get this thing like, bro, you came from the same neighborhood as me. You ain't no better than me. I deserve to be in your shoes. But you don't know what I had to go through to get in those shoes. You don't know what I had to, the sleepless nights, the pain my body had to go through. I might have outworked you. I might deserve this more than you. And he killed his best friend. His best friend was getting more scouts coming out to the games for him and stuff like that. And then he killed his best friend because he was mad. And in the interview, he was like, oh, he felt he was better than me. And I was the one that introduced him to the game. I'm like,
yeah. But you know what? Let me say that too, that what the both of you said is so powerful, but it comes down to that, Land, and it's in Prince, that it's not about, we know that it's a lot of money out here, we know it's enough for everybody. It comes back to not only, it comes back to the person. Sometimes we don't like to see the person ball. It's not about, we know it's a lot of money, it's the person that got the money. We don't like to see them. We don't like to see my best friend ball. Oh no, I know you. I know where you come from. Just like you said, Lam. I don't need to repeat it because you said it perfectly. But it's the person, though. That's what we need to put the egos aside, the greed, the envy, the jealousy, all those evils. We need to put that aside because we know it's a lot of money out here. It's the person we don't like seeing the ball. It's that person that we feel in our hearts they're not supposed to have it. We are.
Have it.
Yeah. And then we got to be careful when we say, oh, people don't come back. But then when they do come back, you gun them down.
Yeah.
You kill them. You break into their stores. You don't break into anybody else's stores, but you break into their stores. So, I mean, we have come a long way. I can't say that we are doing a lot of different things now. I literally can't say that. I do see more men that are more open with their emotions as well, and being able to tell, yo, man, I love you, my brother. I support you. So we just got to keep breaking those barriers. We got to remember this is well over 400 years worth of damage that has been done. And if, you know, it's just recently people are you know, seeking professional help and therapy and being open with those things. And we have to continue that, because that's the only way we break that, right? You can't do that by yourself, right? Whether you're going to take it on a spiritual journey, whether you're going to take, you know, professional help or whatever it is, but you have to find a way to heal yourselves and those that are around you. And it's going to take a while. I mean, if it took 400 years to get us to where we at, just imagine, right? Just imagine. Sometimes it takes generations to change something.
A lot of black people got to die off, boy. A lot of, man, I don't know. They don't like to hear the truth. But I want to shout out everybody that's on here before we go any further. I want to shout out all the people that's on here for real, man. Negro Migo, we see you. You typing a lot. We're going to hit one of your statements. I am Shanika. You got Also Pretty Nyla, man. You got MIA Lubins, man. He in the building. Mom probably in the building. So many people passed, man. You know, I want to shout y'all out. If y'all still in the building, man, shout out to y'all for, you know, being here, supporting and listening in and typing in. But Negro said it's like that you can afford. It's like what you can afford. Same thing with people that only allow their kids to go to private schools with mutual incomes. Money make things dangerous for our youth. Yeah, I think that's a whole nother thing.
Like I say, man, everything is a mental thing, right?
Yeah.
If it all depends on how it is, how you were raised. If you were raised thinking that, you know, designer or whatever makes you feel better. I was, you know, my mentality was always it's not the clothes, it's the person in the clothes, right? Because you could throw on the same outfit and still don't look as good as me. I could care less. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could throw on the same suit, but you still don't look as good as me. I think it's always the man in the clothes or anything of that nature. It's just the mindset. If the mindset start to change and we need to stop praising the actual brand. You know, even though there's some garbage brands out there that make some garbage stuff. You get what I'm saying? But man, I don't think it's the designer, because I could care. Like, for me, man, you can have all the designer you want. That's what you want. It doesn't do nothing for me, because that's not what I'm into. So it all depends on what the person into. You get what I'm saying? That'll trigger something. But I think money, if it's put in if you're saying this the only way you get money, then of course it's dangerous. Money is dangerous to our youth. If your way of money is killing off your own kind, if your way of money is snatching the chain off somebody, yes, money is dangerous. But if you are earning money the right way and you are doing the things that you need to do and using those resources to build on top of your skills and everything of that nature, man, what money is doing, money is not evil. If you're using money to give back and helping others, I don't think that's not evil. But, you know, to each his own. You know, everybody got their own views on money. People, you know, some people paint money evil, but I think money make your dreams move a little faster. Money helps you. If you like to help people, you help people tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? If you have money right now, if you was wealthy enough, you can say, man, I'm going downtown Miami and go feed me 1,000 homeless people right there at this moment. And you could do it just like that. You could go to Walmart, get in line and load up the cart, and you downtown Miami right now, feeding everybody. You get what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you're using it.
Hey, it's the heart of the person. That's what I say.
It's always the heart of the person.
It's the heart and the mind of the person, because sometimes your heart and your mind isn't on the same page. So it's the heart and the mind of the person, and it's to have control over both, even when they're not in sync. Yep. And that's what I tell people, because your heart might be in the right place, but if your mind overthinking and telling you, nah, man, the last person that I did for messed me over, but your heart want to do it, but your mind is telling you something else. So that's why I say you have to have control over your mind and your heart. And in your mind, you got to fact check yourself. I always tell people, fact check yourself, because what goes on in your mind not might be reality.
And so you got to fact check yourself and say, hey, am I overthinking this? Am I taking this situation and making it more personal than it needs be? Am I taking this and saying, hey, that all black people steal, all black people do this? No. So it's just it's the heart and the mind of the person, right? So they say money change people. I say, no, it just shows you who you really were from the get-go. Right. If you was a good person, you will always be a good person. And if you was a bad person with ill will and ill intentions, yeah, you're gonna
practice.
do what
Practice.
you do.
I tell everybody, man, you practice, man. It's called practicing. You practice giving back. It may not be on a big scale, but to your level, whatever you can give back. That's you practice that. So now when the time comes and you do get the big funds or whatever, that's already something that you have been doing. You developing the habits of getting things done. So it's going to happen. But if you have never, like, you don't practice none of that stuff, you don't care to, bro, when you get that money, you are not going to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Money should be viewed now and in the near future as a means to exchange to get what you want for improvement. Anything for improvement, whether it's improvement on mentorship, improvement on something bigger than what you had, improvement on, it should be used as a form of exchange. But when I look at money, I shouldn't have any feelings. It should just be, okay, I'm using this money as a form of getting what I need and what I want for improvement. Whether it's improvement in people's lives, whether it's improvement in your own life to improve yourself, whatever it is that, that's what you look at. I need this money because this person has what I need, and I'm exchanging this money for their need, for that, to supply for their needs by me. That's what it should be looked at for, you know what I mean? So, like, when we get higher on a higher echelon, and there are people that have what we need and we want, the resources, whether it's knowledge, whether it's tangible things, that money is just there to here. Boom, that's exchange. Whatever your price is, boom, I'm giving you that because I need what you got. Yeah. And we move on up the ladder. Whether it's a bigger house, whether it's a bigger car, whatever it is, bigger land, bigger something to invest, bigger, whatever it is, big, so I think that's what money should be viewed as that. That's the mentality of money, that it's just a form of exchange to get what we need.
When they say money the root of all evil, it's just, hey, it's a keep you broke, bro. At the end of the day, because you thinking like, if you go get you some real money, that oh man, so let me not get the money because it's the root of all evil. Yeah, because it's the root of all evil. Nah, give me that money because I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm finna go ahead. I'm finna come back because I've been doing it. I'm in the community. I'm finna get back to the kids 10 times as hard. I'm finna go to these schools 10 times as hard because that's something that been practiced, something that has been viewed. I've been doing it, right? So to me, give me the money. Give me the money. Stop. Give me the money, damn it. Right. So I can go ahead and
I'm on the
strike
same boat.
people, man.
I know they say money don't make you happy, but hell,
don't listen to that. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I'd rather be in tears with my money than
they
broke
lying,
without.
man. They lying. Hey, listen. They say money don't make you happy. Being broke don't make you happy neither, bro.
So don't. So I'd rather have money and be able to do what I want to do.
Money don't make you happy, but being broke don't neither, man. So let me get on the other side.
I like that. Give me that.
I want to know what the other side feel like.
Yeah.
Me too.
Let's end with that, man. It was powerful today. Again, man, we shout out to everyone who's on here, everyone who's on this live, everyone who just gave their 2 cents in, because this is a family conversation. It's not just 3 people. No, the room is big because everybody got their feet on the rug. Everybody's showing love each and every day. We shout y'all out, man. Follow us. You know what I'm saying? Follow us. Tap in. Like us. We're here for y'all. Breaking it down. Going deep down. And you see, we started off with a little sports over the weekend, and look where we at. You know what I mean? Because we can't veer from that. I believe everyone who has a platform gotta speak up. Gotta speak up and speak lengthily. So shout out to my wonderful peoples that's on here. I'm talking about Miss Land. Oh man, I'm talking about the awesome Instant Prince 305. Listen, these are my peoples, my family. Follow them, share, like. We're here every Tuesday breaking it down, untying laces, man. Your laces are tied, we untying them, and we going deep and dive, all right? Lead the people with something, family.
Hey, this your boy, the Prince. I want to thank everybody for all the support. I know there's people that's been hitting me in my inbox and sending out condolence messages and everything for my brother. I appreciate it. Don't think because I'm not replying fast or enough or anything of that nature. But I appreciate it. I see the messages, and I want to thank you guys, man, for the love and support, especially you guys here, man. I like this show right here. I got to jump on. You know, it just keeps everything in perspective and allow me to just feel normal. Right, makes you feel normal at the end of the day. So I always think being here every Tuesday, man, is a blessing. It's a blessing, and I want to say I thank you guys and I love you guys, man.
Same. Hey, I just want to thank everybody that was here on Valentine's Day as well, taking the time out to spend some time with us and be our Valentine, because they spent hours and 20 minutes with us. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And I'll leave this and I just say, listen, we have to do more than just our inner circle, right? So we have to support more people than just our inner circle, right? That's the only way we're going to change things. We got to love everybody, even if we don't know them, if that makes sense, right? So it's not just I want to bring my homeboy or my homegirl or my sister or my brother, my mother, or my father.
It's funny you say that line.
Yeah.
Because people do love people they don't know.
Yeah.
Because they don't know these celebrities.
Yeah.
And it's easy to support them celebrities, buy them tickets to their shows and do all type of crazy stuff. So they love people they don't know. They know their birthday. They know what they like to eat. They know their favorite color. And sometimes them people even want to dress like them. So at the end of the day, they love strangers.
Yeah.
They just,
And I say, and I'll take it like a little bit deeper than that, right? Not your celebrities, not your people that have already made it, right? But love those. And when I say that, like, love your small business owners in your community. I have a friend of mine that owns a food truck, and I don't, she can be up in Boca, and I don't like to drive that far. You hear me? But she in Boca, and that food is amazing. And I drive to Boca just to support her because one, I knew I was with her when she first told me about her dreams. And I told her, girl, go and do it. And 5 years later, she's the official partner of the Miami Dolphins, the Oakland Raiders, the Atlanta Falcons.
Let's go.
Man, she's doing, I think she catered for the Eagles.
Let's go.
She's doing really big things. Reggae beats. I love the food. And she's amazing, man. She does vegan food and she does regular like Jamaican food. But just to see that dream, and that's why I say believe in people and love on people, even if they're not your inner circle, because you just don't know how much you mean to them. And she tells me that every time. Like every time, she's like, "Girl, you came and find me." I said, "If I see that truck, I'm running. I'm over there.
Let me come.
I don't give a damn. I'm coming through. And I never ask for anything for free.
Nah.
I never ask for anything for free. I always put my bread up because if I could put on my bread for McDonald's or Burger King or wherever else, I always put my bread up. I never, ever, ever, ever ask her for anything. Her and her husband, I never asked them for anything for free, ever.
Love. I love it.
So I leave that. Like I say, we got to support people, even if they're not our bestest of friends. We just, what I'm saying? Like I said, support all those that's around us. That's just trying to make it work.
Definitely.
Yes. Let's go.
And with that, we leave y'all. We here though. We here. We next Tuesday, but we here all through the week. Yeah. So holler at us and show some love, just like we showing y'all some love, no doubt. And there's much love over here, much love on this end. And we thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night, great, blessed, more love everybody, love.
Yeah, so I'll need that on Valentine's Day.
More love, man.
Share the love.
Peace and blessings.
Spread the love.
See y'all.
Hey, man.
Y'all, right? We see y'all same time, same channel. Love y'all, man. Love y'all. Be good. Have a great night.
Y'all too.
Love.
Have a good night. Good night.